You are about to listen to the Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo podcast. What's up, everyone? It's your host, Diego Santoyo. Thank you for tuning into my podcast exclusively here. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is well. And I also hope everyone has been having a great week so far. Mine has been pretty chill, so I can't complain. But here I am once again, ready to dive in to some world news with this first segment. So let's get it going and see what has been going on so far this week. Okay, so if you guys remember, Hurricane Matthew was a huge deal recently. It hit Haiti really bad, and this week a lot of people learned that over 1 million people in Haiti are in need of food assistance at the moment. Hurricane Matthew killed many, and I mean many people in Haiti, and caused a tremendous amount of damage. It's just a really tragic thing. Their situation out there is just not good right now because they have been faced with a lot lately, and it looks like they might be facing even more, like a food crisis. After Hurricane Matthew hit Haiti, crops were gone completely. I mean, so much was gone. Food trees were gone. Nothing was left. All these things that provide food take time to grow. So there's nothing there right now. Uh, so far, some people have been helped and provided food, but it hasn't been easy, and not everyone has received help. It's a lot of people, and it's important to let people know what's going on there. I think there's a lot needed, and if you can help, you should. They're not in a great situation out there, and it's important to help if you can. And on Tuesday, October 25th, there was a terrible accident at the Dream World theme park in Queensland, Australia. Four people were killed when the raft they were on flipped over. So their raft had hit another, causing for theirs to flip. Apparently, there was some sort of malfunction with the Thunder River Rapids ride. Uh, it looks like one raft was stuck or something because it wasn't moving, and normally they're supposed to, so the raft coming up behind it won't crash with it. So the four people killed in the accident were all adults, two men and two women, and two children were riding with them as well, but survived. The two children did survive, so the accident happened right as the ride was ending, and everything is being investigated at the moment to really see what happened there. So Dream World was closed and continues to be closed until further notice. So crazy what happened there, and it just makes you think twice about going to these places sometimes. You also can't live in fear, but it's scary because there have been a few accidents lately, and I don't know, like, you just think twice about it. It's really important for each park to do the maintenance and check the rides all the time to make sure that they are functioning as they should. I really, really hope that each park does this and really gives the park the attention it needs. It's scary to think that maybe not all of these places are given the proper attention needed, but hopefully that really isn't the case and each place is taken care of well. Uh, Sometimes a malfunction here and there may happen, which no one may have control of. It's sad that it can lead to what just happened in Australia. So, inspections are a must all the time in order to help avoid bad things from happening. Uh, I feel like each ride should be tested all the time throughout the day. So, for example, a group gets on and takes off. Once they come back and get off, the people that handle the ride should have it take off without anyone on it just to make sure it's good and continue that pattern. So, people ride it, ride goes without people, people ride it, ride goes without people. Might be a little too much, but hey, it's for the best. I don't know. It's a bit complicated. Each place just needs to do what's best all the time. All right, so on to another story from this week. Out in Saudi Arabia, a couple headed straight to divorce after just 2 hours of being married. Apparently, the now husband asked for the divorce from his new bride after he found out that she had posted pictures of the wedding on social media, and to be exact, it was on Snapchat. However, this violates something on their prenup, which states that she cannot share any images of the wedding on social media. I thought this was very interesting that this was really on there. Seems like they really got detailed on this thing. So she agreed to not post or send any pictures, which she did, and it did not sit well with him. Laws out there do grant men to call for a divorce whenever they want, but for women, it's completely different. They cannot just get out of the marriage whenever they want. Uh, it's so different for them, which sucks and isn't right. For example, if they want a divorce, one of the ways to get it is by asking for their husband's permission. So husbands need to agree to it, but men do not have to go through any of that. They can just get out of it whenever they want without their wife's permission. So this was a really interesting one because he is simply divorcing her for posting pictures. It's crazy, but that's how it is. Okay, so moving on to Italy. Central Italy was hit with not just one, but two earthquakes on Wednesday, October 26th. The first one had a magnitude of 5.4 and hit a little after 7 p.m. Then the next one came in a little later at a magnitude of 6.1. So buildings and homes were destroyed and power was knocked out. People, of course, were terrified. Earthquakes are a scary thing, man. I mean, really, really scary. So the good thing is that no one was seriously hurt or trapped. People were okay, except for the fact that they got really scared and some had very minor injuries. It looks like both earthquakes were actually aftershocks from the one that they had back in August, which was absolutely horrible. And I talked about it on my podcast. So, really scary, and I really do hope that they have no more. Gotta send some prayers their way. Hopefully, everyone is doing okay. And man, it just sucks that that has happened. Okay, so I am going to end this segment off with this next story. So, Jacqueline Vieric, who is a 76-year-old French businesswoman, had gone missing this week, and it turns out that she had been kidnapped on Monday, October 24th. So, she had been kidnapped not too far from her home in Nice, France. People actually saw it all happen. People witnessed her being taken out uh, being people witnessed her being taken out of her car and forced into another one. She was missing for about 2 days, and the good thing is that she was found alive and well. People have been arrested already who may have taken part with the kidnapping, and so everything is being investigated at the moment to get down to the bottom of it all. Not sure why she was kidnapped, but there was obviously a motive there because I doubt they would have just taken her just because. She's uh she's really successful and has money, so they may have just been after her wealth. It's pretty obvious, but then again, who knows? And I leave you guys with that. We're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, there's more news waiting. Hey everyone, just want to remind you guys that you guys are listening to Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo. I hope you guys are enjoying my podcast so far. Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo is made available to everyone by 12 a.m. or 6 a.m. every Friday, and you can find my podcast on my website, which is diegosantoyo.com. My podcast is also available on iTunes and on my YouTube channel. Thank you for listening. All right, and we're back. So let's get into the second segment and dive into some pop culture now. So let's see what's been going on there this week. So exciting news for Sierra and Russell Wilson. The two are expecting their first child together. They just got married not too long ago in July. The two first started dating in 2015 and then got engaged and married this year. So Sierra is pregnant and the two are really excited about the pregnancy. So this will be Russell's first child. As for Sierra, this will be her second. So she knows a thing or two about how to handle babies. So I'm sure she'll teach him a few things. Really exciting news for the two. That baby is going to have some really cool parents, that's for sure. Well, it looks like they are not the only ones expecting because it was also just announced that David Cross and Amber Tamblyn are also expecting, and it's a girl for them. So, really cool. This will be their first child. The two got engaged back in 2011, and have been married since 2012. So they are starting up a family. We'll see if they have more after this one. All right, so let's go on to Donald Trump. It seems like lately all he has done is piss people off, and some people are showing him that he has pissed them off. His star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was just vandalized and pretty bad. Someone really tried to damage it as best as they could, going as far as using a sledgehammer. He received his star back in 2007, so it's been a few years, but it's a really cool thing to receive something like that. So this happened very early in the morning on Wednesday, October 26th. This was obviously planned ahead of time and done early before the busy hours around the area. Well, before the busy hours around the area rolled in. Well, I guess someone witnessed it all go down and called it in. So it looks like the star will be replaced. And this is not the first time it's been vandalized. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But you just never know. Some people are a little too down. Uh, I know he hasn't said a lot of nice things lately, and maybe he isn't everyone's favorite person at the moment. But it's important to keep in mind that you still need to be nice and not play along by also being mean. You just shouldn't vandalize things that do not belong to you. Leave them alone and instead, I don't know, maybe write him an angry letter or something. Something that might get you into less trouble because I'm sure the guy that did this is in some trouble. So be smart. Be very, very smart. Okay, so ever since this whole thing happened with Kim Kardashian, when she was tied up and robbed in Paris, it really affected her. And, she pretty much took a break from a lot of things she had going on. Didn't really know much of what was going on with her because she stepped away from the spotlight. As a result, filming for Keeping Up with the Kardashians was pretty much put on hold, not really knowing what was going to happen with the show. Well, it seems like Kim has taken the time she needed to get herself together because she's kind of stepping back into the spotlight. She has been spotted recently, and just recently, everyone else began filming again for the show except for Kim. So for a minute there, people were wondering if she was going to continue doing the show, and she is because it was just announced this week that she is back again filming for the show. So she seems to be finding her way back to everything, which is good. So everything is back on, and Kim's filming. Everyone is filming, doing what they got to do to give everyone a show. Okay, so last one here before I end this up. Before I end this episode, Raven Simone just let everyone know that she will be leaving The View. For those of you that do not watch the show, the talk show, she's been on it since 2015, and she's going to be leaving the talk show before the year is up. She's leaving because she has something really exciting that she's currently working on. I'm sure everyone remembers the show That's So Raven, which was on from 2003 to 2007. It looks like the show may be coming back, but in a different way. She announced that she has been working with the Disney company on a spin off. She called it a That's So Raven 2 because they do not have a title for it yet, but it's in the works. So this time in the show, she will have a mom role, and she will be a single mother raising two kids. And one of her kids will actually have visions just like her. She is the executive producer of the show, and this is really cool. I think it's great that she had the opportunity to be on the talk show, and it's awesome that now she has this new show that she's working on. She's really successful, and her career is just growing even more in a really great way. So it's nice to see people succeed, so good for her. And with that, I end this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. More to come next week, so catch a new episode on Friday as always. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and remember to get some of the latest exclusively here. I am your host, Diego Santoyo. Have a good one.